Oh yeah, baby, Arizona World Heavyweight Champion back here again. And yeah, I'm going to talk about some Nintendo World Championships. It's come and gone. It was over at E3. A whole bunch of people came together, for one big tournament to see who's the best and who's going to win that big trophy and become the new Nintendo World Champion. Okay, so let me give you some context of what this event was all about. Way back when, 25 years ago, they held the Nintendo World Championship. Yeah, you compete at free games, Super Mario Bros., Rad Racer, and then Tetris for a lot amount of time. You get the high score, boom, you win. And yeah, there are several different players and different age groups and all that. But, the grand champion of it all was a dude named For Ackerman. And yeah, he's acknowledged in that, at least in the Nintendo World Championships card reproduction. But yeah, if you saw this 4-hour plus event, they showed For Ackerman in the audience, and it was just for a brief second, said, "Oh, that's For Ackerman," and boom, cut away. I said, holy crap, they had 4 hours to this? Yeah, it's 4 hours on YouTube. And they barely mentioned the previous Nintendo World Championships way back when. That would have been a cool historical standpoint, especially if you want to get invested in the new Nintendo World Championship. Okay, but all that aside, okay, what do you get when you click on this video and you get this 4-hour event? Yeah, you first watch the players, whoever they are, because yeah, they didn't really mention who these characters are, and most of them are from the United States, because it says it's Nintendo World Championship, but I would like to go to this event, but guess what, I'm Canadian, and they had none of these competitions here when I was going around to my local Best Buys. No, it was just in the US and US only. It's not really a world competition. Okay, enough of my gripes aside. Maybe I could jealous Canadian, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure this would be born to Americans too, because I remember submitting to high school for Bomberman that was 4.5 hours. Trying to get the maximum amount of points in each of the 64 stages as best I can. And yes, I was able to get the Twin Galaxies world record and become the new Bomberman World Champion. What did the players have to do to win the Nintendo World Championship? Well, first they had to get into teams and play some Splatoon. It was awful. You don't know who these players are. You don't know what teams they represent. And you basically just see splotches on the screen. Splatoon, it's a very fun game, but it should have been played individually, so you get to test each player's skill. And now the person you're competing with, you have to work with them together. And what, they suck at Splatoon. You lose points, and you might get eliminated due to something that's not your own fault. Yeah, and then they had other events there too, like classic Nintendo games, the balloon trip and balloon fight, very hard. But yeah, you can actually see that a lot of the players there didn't even know what to do, because it was all just a surprise. And they were just dying like crazy. Patty and his Punk even mentioned on his podcast that he could easily beat these people. And, classic games like Legend of Zelda, you had to find the first Triforce piece. A lot of them didn't know what they were doing. They were going all over the place. They weren't, treating it as a speed run, no. They were treating it as oh, right, let's play Zelda here for fun and get the rubies and stuff. No, you had to get the Triforce as fast as you can. It was just nuts. And that's a whole problem with the new Nintendo World Championship, is that it was a great idea in theory, but man, it was blown way out of proportion. Who wants to sit 4 hours to watch some kids play some random games? you know, at least 4 hours with this game, you're just focused on one event. And yeah, I became the legitimate world champion at that. Here, you're spread all over the place. Like, do you get disqualified instantly because you're bad at balloon fight, but you do well in another event at Splatoon and your team wins? Boom, you're instantly qualified. Yeah, it could have been condensed a whole lot better if it was just the original 3 games, or maybe even switch it up a little bit, like throw in some Wii U games, you know, have it like timed events. You only play for like 8 or 10 minutes, and boom, you're out of there. They assess your scores, and that way you can put your skills to the test that way. Not compete at like a whole marathon of games. That's, you know, very boring to watch, especially when you get basically no introduction whatsoever. Like, it's very simple and quick to do like an introduction of a particular player. Like me, I'm Ryan W. Janot. I post like 100 different scores on Twin Galaxies. I got every licensed Nintendo game I've been playing for over 30 years. See, that's just a brief synopsis what you could do for the different players there. They didn't do any of that in the 4 hours event. One guy named Joey Numbers, he won the event, and that's cool for him. He could see his, you know, legitimate skill out there, but he barely knew anything about anybody else. Like, I gotta admit, it had to be like a struggle to even get qualified and get on this show. Yet we barely know anything about these people. Like, I heard they had to wait like 8 hours in line at like different Best Buys, you know, around the States and all that. Yeah, even though it's not like a world event, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people competing anyways. And that's why they had to probably condense into the US. But still, yeah, it doesn't feel like a Nintendo World Championship. I don't know, that's just me. If you want to check out the event, it's 4 hours long. If you want to see that, go see my Bomberman run. That's also 4 hours long. But yeah, I don't know, what do you prefer? What 4-hour event do you like better? Let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy for not liking this show? Or do you guys just love it and can't wait to see it come back next year? Alright, and that's it for me. This is Arizok, World Heavyweight Champion, over and out. Yeah, I'm Bomberman World Champion too. Yeah, it counts for something, eh?